not believe, everybody, that Brent's cat is anything like as flat as my cat. I believe my cat to be the flattest cat in all the land. From here, from the south of Cape Agulhas to the northernmost tip of Africa, I believe this to be the flattest cat that there is on this great continent. 8,500 kilometers end to end, 5,500 kilometers from east to west. That there is the flattest cat in Africa, but for perhaps a dead one somewhere. The reason we're sitting here, of course, is because unlike Brent Leo Smith, I have not seen 36 lions over the last day. In fact, I haven't seen 36 lions this week. I haven't seen 36 lions this month, or indeed this year. This is the first lion I have seen in a goodly while, and so I don't care that it's flat. Frankly, as long as it is a lion, it can lie there for as long as it likes. I'm going to look at it, because there is one of the Birmingham boys, and of course, well, when you have a lion out here right now, you sit with it, no matter what. Now, I'm being slightly facetious, of course, but as you watch the round leaf teak leaf on the top right-hand side of your picture there, you may be able to see that the light is beginning to fade on it, and I think within about 20 minutes' time, that light will have gone completely, and the lion may then get up and instead of lala steam, which it's doing now, it may kala steam, which means to cry powerfully. In other words, roar. So that would be quite nice. So I think we'll just sit here for a little while. If he doesn't do anything once the sun has gone down, we'll start making our way back towards home. But I think that he may get up and do something useful. We also have a lovely view of the sunset, don't we? Shall I just turn slightly? Can you get it? No. Fergus is very skilled. I'm sorry about the pole. We are a little bit boxed in by people here, so it's a bit difficult. But there's a lovely picture of the sun going down on the southern parts of Africa. And the Chitwa mast. I didn't see that when I told Fergus to turn towards it. Well done, Fergus. There we are. There's the sun going down. Now, in fact, it's going to be much less than 20 minutes, of course. As we know, the sun will take roughly 4 minutes, or between 2.5, let's count it now, between 2.5 and 3.5 minutes from the time it touches the horizon to the time it completely disappears. Has it touched the horizon yet, Ferg? Not just yet. Right, let's just wait and see what it does. As soon as this chap is out of the sighting, I'm going to move forward and we'll have another watch. You may start your stopwatches now. Begin your stopwatches. I'm just going to wait for him to move, and then I will move forward a bit. Just a few of his guests have been left on a Ziziphus tree, so he's returning to pick them up. Right, there we go. Let me just sneak forward. I hope you've started your stopwatches. We're going to get a good view of him from anywhere. Sorry, Ferg. I know I'm making this extremely difficult for you. Okay, we get a view of both of them now. Alright, let's watch the sun now. The lion has not moved so much as a hair. Now, you started your stopwatches, did you? It's almost gone. There we are. Ooh. There it is. And as I say, just to be around a lion right now is very pleasant indeed, because there have been so very few and far between of late. is a spider. Is there a spider there? No. I thought there might be a spider also enjoying the sunset there, but there doesn't seem to be. It's almost gone, everyone, and then we'll move around and see if we can't get a slightly better view of this Lalashtim lion. I love how when it gets to this stage you can actually see it moving. It is just astonishing. Look at that. And no matter how you might want it to stay, of course, it never will. And there we go. It's gone. How long did that take, Louise? There, it's gone. Louise is going to wait for a viewer to let us know. I hope there is a viewer who timed it. I was going to stop watching, then I had to move the car. Painted Wolf, you said 2 minutes. Okay, that's great. Marvellous. Well done. There is the mast again. Beautiful picture of the mast. That unfortunately has not fallen down. Okay, let's go a little bit around the corner here. The lion is there. And while we do that, I believe that as the sun has gone down, so the bushwalk wishes to bid you a fond farewell for the duration of the rest of the drive. Well, yes, I quite hope he gets up to do some roaring very shortly as well, but unfortunately what he did do was roll over and then sort of hug himself, as though he was in need of a little bit of affection because his 3 brothers or coalition mates are nowhere around. And I think this is Tinyo, who you had this morning on the Chitwa airstrip. He's nowhere near the airstrip, by the way, that's why we took so long to find him. So who said he was near the airstrip obviously deserves to not have their supper tonight. But this chap is fast asleep. Hello, Bobby. Yeah, it's not actually ticks, it's flies. You say, is he dotted with ticks? Those are flies. And almost certainly there will be ticks in various parts of his body. That might be one there, actually. But they will normally be slightly hidden, so the difficult to reach areas that he has, like under his armpits or in his bottom. Perish the thought. That might be that looks like a tick, actually. The largest, no, it's a fly. No, they won't. The ticks will be where it's difficult for him to reach, because they'll cause great itching, and he'll scratch them off. You know, if he can reach the area. So it's normally the areas that he can't reach that would have ticks on them. Often the top of the head, sort of around about the eyes, where he's a bit obviously nervous to use his claws. He'll use his feet to sort of rub, and probably behind his ears as well, and inside his ears. But I don't see any at the moment. His hair's looking a little bit, I don't know, matted and knotty. I don't think that he's been looking after it as well as he might. He had salon quality hair at one stage. I think it will be worth sitting here for the next few minutes and just to see if he doesn't get up. If he doesn't, we'll press on and see what else we can find. But maybe we'll sit here until it's dark, which will not be in very long. Hello, Adele in the United Kingdom. You say that, or you asked the question, have I ever had an unusual animal encounter before? I think I've had any number, Adele. We have unusual animal encounters almost on a daily basis. I'm slightly confused as to what you mean by unusual. Unexpected, perhaps. Maybe when an animal has behaved in an unexpected fashion. Yeah, we have that all the time. I can't think of anything specific naturally as I say that. But yes, often we will have unusual behaviour. I mean, today we watched a male impala in the middle of his rut try trying to sort of chase some nyala around who paid him absolutely no attention at all, so he ran away in sort of embarrassment. That was unusual. I didn't expect to see that. What else would... We watched a very young elephant the other day with a big bull. That was unusual. Didn't expect to see that. So I mean, we will see non-textbook behaviour almost on a daily basis, Adele. His very large feet there, of course, not moving, along with the rest of his body. The only thing moving, the heaving of his diaphragm and his heart beating, probably fairly infrequently. I don't know what the heart rate of a big male lion is, but it probably is around 30, I imagine. Maybe 30 or 40 beats per minute. And you see his heart beating there, Ferg? I don't think we can we? I'd really be quite interested to know. You can, actually. Dum, 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 dum. Okay, so let's count it in 15 seconds. Here we go. Wait, let me get my watch, my timer out. When an animal is sleeping like this, best option to count its heartbeat. Alright, here we go. Stopwatch. Alright, hold still, Fergus. And 5, 6. You know whose heartbeat we're seeing now, of course, is Fergus's. Okay, let's try again. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, 13 times 4 is 26, is 52. You've got quite a high heart rate. Alright, that's what I think it is, about 52 beats per minute. Yeah, Sylvia, I don't think he did. You say, did he leave his brothers for mating? No, I don't think any of the females are in estrus. The Nkuhuma pride is lurking up on Buffelshoek, I think. No, they're in Simbambili, actually. And then the Styx pride, both females have had babies, and so they're not going to be mating anytime soon. So no, I don't think he did leave the coalition for mating. They will often, here we go, he's going to hug himself again. They will often split up. In fact, very seldom are all 4 of them seen together. It really doesn't happen often at all. He says. That was a high action, wasn't it, Fergus? Did you, were you overwhelmed with excitement? Yes, I thought you might be. I had to just tell Fergus to calm down. Of course, hasn't been in this area for very long. You know, and to see lion action like this straight off the bat. Sure. You have come from Cape Town, exactly. Where nothing happens. Gosh, he really is. He's putting on a show for us today. So the sun has now gone down. You can see the light starting to fade. And the last time I watched a male lion in this light, he got up almost immediately and started yelling. It was on Seb's first drive after his long exile, self-imposed exile, I might add. I can hear now his throat going. So that's more to look forward to, further snoring noises. Oh, here we go. Good grief, look at that. He's moved his right front paw over the top top of his left front paw. I just don't know. I don't know if I can cope. I may have to look away. Violet, you're wondering about the purple flowers around him, and I'm very pleased to tell you that I do know what they are. They are called Vernonia. Can you see any of them, Ferg? I can't see any Vernonias now. We seem to have lost them, Violet, but that's what they are. They're Vernonias. And more than that, I can't tell you a great deal about them. There they are. Oh, that purple flower is not a Vernonia. That purple flower is Solanum panduriforme in the top left-hand side. That is a poison apple. And then just pull focus back a bit further the other way. Yeah, no, there's other purple ones there in the middle. Those look a little bit like hibiscus micrantha, but I don't think they are. I'm sorry, I don't know what those are. I can't get a good enough view of them. Anyway, two different species of purple flower around here. Hello, John. You're wondering how big a lion's heart is. Yeah, I couldn't begin to tell you, John. I'm afraid I don't know what the mass of a lion's heart would be. I suppose if you were to compare it to the human beings, given their energy needs and the shape of their bodies, I would imagine that it's probably proportionately larger than ours. So whatever a human being's heart weighs, given average male human being at around 75 kilograms, average male lion in this area probably around 180 kilograms. So we're looking at what, say, plus minus, not quite 3 times, so 2.5 times the size. So 2.5 times the size of our heart. I'm sorry, I'm just not sure what the mass of a lion heart is. But they don't have an enormous energy need, of course. Now, I'm pleased to say that Tristan is back on his car. I believe he went tracking in the dusk. Brave fellow that he is, and he would now like to show you the calming view of the wilderness that he is using to bring his heart rate back down to something approaching that this lion has. He's rolled onto his back, as you can see, and that's all he's done. He's got 2 minutes before we leave him. If he does not react in some way in the next 2 minutes, we are going to start the car and drive away, because he's really not showing a great deal of sort of life signs. I think maybe at 6 o'clock when it's fully dark he'll get up and do something. But we, of course, by then will be finished. So let's give him 2 minutes. Thereafter, we will get moving and see what else we can see out here in the darkness of the night. And the guests with us, I mean, there are a number of guests watching, one of whom is a long-time viewer. She said hello to us. I think they're going to, no they're not, they're going to leave now. So we'll just move position slightly. Oh, there's some head movement there. Do you see that, Fergus? Overwhelming. I think as soon as this vehicle has left, we are going to do the same. It's always so nice. There's a viewer on the back of that car, like I said, and she doesn't send in questions. So often people don't. And I said, do you send in questions? She said, no, I'm too scared. I said, well, you must send in questions. Anyway, she's only out here because of this, and that's why we do what we do. I'm sad this Birmingham didn't honour her slightly more than he's done for us. Right, we'll move around the side of him. If he does not move right now, we are going to leave. Are you going to move? Or are you going to lie there like a semi-recumbent blancmange? You are going to lie there like a semi-recumbent blancmange. And apparently you're all encouraging him to move. Well, encourage him with greater enthusiasm. Come on. Come on now. Louise, this is your call. You tell me if I must leave or not. Come on, boy. Right, Louise, just get out of there. This lion's not doing anything. Okay, we're off. See what else we can find. We'll fire up the rest of the lights.